It's me, Kathy Griffin, and I'm doing what I call a State of the Union YouTube video.
My goodness, you look like an anorexic guy transitioning. And I know you shaved your head because your sister was dying of cancer. I understand that. And now it's growing out a little bit, and boy, that short hair sure does bring out your nose. Jimmy Durante would be envious of that nose. Actually, it makes your whole head look big, out of proportion with the rest of your body, like one of those caricature drawings. So what's your beef now, Miss Thing?
It's Saturday, November 18th, 2017. I kind of lose track because I'm on a world tour. All right, so what I want to address today is I'm getting a lot of online hate from trolls who think I've lost my mind.
Oh, so that explains why you have disabled the comments for this video. But you really have no room to talk about hate and trolling. You and your feminist comrades have spent the past year spreading hate and intolerance as well, trolling around. Which explains the 19,000 dislikes compared to the 2,000 likes to your video. I would not say you are the most hated person in America, but you're a close second.
And I'm admitting I lost my mind. It's what made me a star in the first place.
And it's also what killed your career.
But I just want to be honest, as far as what we're going through and hoping this is a turning point for feminism and women's equality, pardon me, I just want you to know that at 57, for me, it's not a marathon. It's a sprint. So I don't have a lot of time to be patient. And, I read today that my pal Lena Dunham is sticking up for some male writer that was accused of sexual harassment. And her female partner, Jenny Carner, who Judd Apatow handpicked for her, and nobody's ever handpicked anybody for me.
You poor little piece of shit. I'd be more than happy to handpick someone for you. The problem is, Charlie Manson recently died.
I don't know the details, but my first instinct is, girl, that's not helping the movement. And it's a movement. And the sun is coming out of the clouds as I say that.
I have a movement for you. Wait, here it comes. Really, I don't know what's worse. Listening to you on an empty stomach or a full one.
So, don't be too hard on Lena. Don't be too hard on me.
Oh, no, Miss Thing. I'm just getting warmed up.
And I just want you guys to know I'm fully in the middle of a blacklist. I am in the middle of a Hollywood blacklist. It is real. I am not booked on any talk shows. I'm selling tickets worldwide, which is really hard when you don't have any kind of a television platform.
And you have no one to blame but yourself. You've turned yourself into a pariah. And let me be clear of my position. You had every right under the Constitution to express your dislike in any way, shape, or form for the current President of the United States. Just as others have the right to criticize and even blacklist you for what you did. Freedom is a double-edged sword, and at times comes with great consequence. The problem is, with elitist whores as yourself, you don't want to accept the consequences of your actions. You want the whole world to laugh along with you, even if what you say or do isn't funny. And those who don't laugh along with you are hateful trolls.
And kind of nobody has your back and everyone thinks you're crazy, but a handful of people think I'm kind of on to something.
The only thing you're into is playing the victim. And you're on television over in Europe. They seem to love you. So why don't you stay there? Or is the money not good in socialist countries as here in America? And besides, most of you leftist clowns threatened to move to another country if Trump got elected. Really, Miss Thing, you're not the victim here. You did it all by yourself, with assistance from no one.
So I just want you guys to know, when I get home, I do not have one single day of paid work in front of me. And people that want me to go back and start in clubs and do 10 minutes again, I don't mean to be an asshole, but no, I'm not going to do that. I've worked way too hard to go back and work for free and do the club scene again, because this is some bullshit, because I've been blacklisted.
Poor little Miss Thing. It's not like you're strapped for cash. You have a net worth of $20 million. You can afford an extended vacation until the next world tour comes along. I mean, really, you want to talk about privilege? Look at that hotel room you're in. I have never stayed in a hotel room with a fireplace. Even that small wood chair behind you is well crafted and plush. And double doors, really, Miss Thing, you are the only cheap item in that hotel room.
So I actually got another fundraising email from the great Norman Lear, and I just had to write back and go, yeah, none of you can ask me for money anymore. Okay, my legal bills are through the roof, obviously.
And those legal bills you're talking about have nothing to do with Donald Trump and his family. It's all about a feud you and your boyfriend are having with your neighbor. Apparently your neighbor, according to TMZ and Constitution.com, filed a noise complaint against you, as well got a court restraint against your boyfriend because he was spying on your neighbor, which he admitted to. And you in kind returned the favor by filing a restraining order against him. And again, based on the information I have gathered, it's all you're doing, along with your boyfriend.
Because I'm doing something I really believe in, and I still say the end goal is for younger women and younger LGBT folks or disenfranchised people of any kind can watch me survive, and with a sense of humor.
I never thought you were funny. From the beginning of your career, I always saw you as a hack and wanted to bitch slap the person who told you that you're funny.
There's a lot of forces coming against people like me that are trying to do something.
Does that include the Illuminati? The Freemasons? Just one big giant conspiracy against you, even those who are beginning to question your mental state. Just poor little you against the world.
I mean, look at Harvey Weinstein hired Kroll. By the way, Nick Kroll's dad started that company, Nick, so he doesn't have to worry about money. And some company called Black Cube to follow Rose McGowan. So, I'm kind of assuming I'm next. I'm already on the Inapro list and all this other stuff. So I don't want anybody else to have to go through this.
You ranted about that on a previous video, along with being on the no-fly list. Apparently you're off the no-fly list. And can you blame anybody for putting you on any kind of watch list? You mimicked a terrorist act. You basically advocated the death of the President of the United States. I would not be surprised if Snoop Dogg or Johnny Depp is on some kind of watch list. I know you insist it was a joke, but nobody is laughing. Even Chelsea Clinton chewed your ass out for it.
So watch me do it, hopefully with aplomb and a sense of humor.
You're not doing neither. You're playing the victim, seeking sympathy for what you're being put through. The pathetic little rich girl who should not be blamed for your own actions, who should not be held accountable. And it's all bullshit, Miss Thing.
And I'm on stage tonight at 8:30. I cannot wait to do my show. I only have 7 more shows left on this tour, and I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard when I go home and I don't have one show in my future. So no, I know I'm being an asshole, but no, I don't want to do free shows. I don't want to do someone's 50-person club. I did that for decades.
You know what your problem is, Miss Thing? You didn't take the advice of others. You didn't lay low. Your apology proved not to be genuine. You showed very little remorse. Especially that President Trump's young son was traumatized by the picture. You shrugged it all off. You showed no empathy for anyone negatively affected by your stunt. Because it's all about you. To hell with Trump's kid. What about you and what you're going through right now? Poor little Miss Thing.
I think I should be able to get my life back. So I know I took a picture that offended a lot of people, but this wall of crap has never fallen on any woman in the history of America like it has on me.
Thank you for proving my point. It's all about you. To hell with all other women before you who paved the way for women as yourself.
So, and by the way, I know about Eartha Kitt, and I very much encourage you to look her up. But even Eartha Kitt didn't have Fox News. Although, by the way, I'm bowing down to Eartha Kitt and anyone else who's ever been blacklisted.
No, Eartha Kitt had the CIA trumping up one of those fake dossiers on her. And you're so condescending in bowing down to Eartha Kitt. What she went through is still nothing compared to you. You know the thing that makes me laugh? If a white conservative woman compared herself to a black woman as Eartha Kitt, people on your side would scream. They would cry racism and complain that a white woman has no idea what it's like to live as a black woman. But here you are, throwing out the name Eartha Kitt like pocket change. And I don't have to look it up. I know about Eartha Kitt. I'm a fan of Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt had something you can only dream of having. Talent. She could sing, she could dance, she could act and tell a joke better than you ever could. I'll tell you something else Eartha Kitt had that you so sorely lack. She had dignity and grace, and tons of guts. What she said to First Lady Lady Bird Johnson about the Vietnam War, she didn't say it in a letter. She didn't say it in a radio or television interview. She said it to her face. And she was unapologetic about it. And yes, she was blacklisted, but she never broke down like you did. She was never broken, as you claimed Trump did to you. She never caved in her position. And she found work in Europe until things cooled down and once more found work in America. Exactly what people told you to do, Miss Thing.
So you guys, just try to have some compassion. I'm just trying to bring laughter to people. That's all I
And failing miserably.
want to do. I wish I was on television.
You are on television in Europe. How do you think I found out about your sister dying of cancer? I've seen video clips of you being interviewed on foreign television. Stop lying about not being on television.
I have 2 Emmys, which apparently doesn't mean anything.
John Larroquette won 4 in a row. So you can stuff those 2 Emmys where the moon don't shine for all I care.
The Hollywood Reporter did a really cool cover about not shutting women up. And that same publication disinvited me from hosting or doing the opening remarks of their famous annual breakfast.
Really? I wonder why. I mean, it's not like you took a picture that offended a lot of people. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, you did.
So I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting bullshit from all sides here. But I still am so excited to hit the stage tonight. And I would love to be on a television show.
Again, for the 3rd time. You've been on foreign television shows. Shut the fuck up about not being on television.
And I want to be paid what the guys are paid.
You have a net worth of $20 million. Don't talk to me about equal pay.
So that's where I'm coming from. All right, so I hope you'll have some faith. I know my social media is getting a little crazy, but why not? And my new title, the mayor of Zero Fucksville.
And I'm the sheriff of the town Fuck Off. Just go away, Kathy. That's all anybody asks of you at this point. And like a wise man once said, don't go away mad, just go away. Thanks for stopping by and for tuning in. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until we talk again, I want you all to be well and enjoy life.